The new Wisycom MTP60 is here and it's shipping, which means one thing: we need to equip our receiver with a new superb ENS Compander. Let's get into it. Okay, we're going to need our receiver. In this case, we're going to be using an MCR54 today. Firmware will be available very soon for the MCR52 and the MCR42. We're going to need a USB-C lead and a Windows computer. Okay, so first thing we need to do is to get Wisycom Manager so we can update the firmware on our receivers. We'll allow the cookies. Hover over support. There are two ways to get hold of the software. One is to click on downloads, which is very good if you're searching for a particular product. We know what we want, so I'm just going to click on firmware release notes. Okay, we need to scroll all the way down to the bottom, expand Wisycom Manager, and then click on the firmware icon. That now downloads. It's a zip file, so if we double click on that, it's opened. We need to extract all. Double click on the file, and there's the Wisycom Manager setup. Click through in the usual manner, agree with the license agreement. Everyone can use this. And Wisycom Manager will be installed. Click close to exit. Okay, let me just shut those windows. Now we need to get the firmware for our MCR54. So we look under MCR54. The beauty of the firmware release notes page is the firmware is in chronological order. So our receiver is at version 1.10 and we want version 1.22. So click on that and again the file will download. We need to open that, and again it's come as a zip file. So extract all, click extract, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, we're done with the downloads we need now. So if we actually open Wisycom Manager, allow access. Network interface is disabled. Do you want to select a new one? We don't, because that's not how we're going to be connected. If you're connected to some of Wisycom's rack mounted stuff, you do want to ensure your network settings are correct, so you can see that. That's not what we're doing today. We're updating a receiver by USB. So we're going to plug the USB into the side of our laptop and into our MCR54. We need to switch the MCR54 on. Windows makes that twinkly sound that says we're ready to go. If we click on the Discover Devices magnifying glass, MCR54 appears. Click on Firmware Update at the top. Okay, then it comes up with the device we're attempting to update. At the moment we're on version 1.10, so we want to select a file, and we need to import a file. So we go back to our Downloads folder, MCR54 1.22. That's the file we want, and we open that. Wisycom Manager now imports that into its firmware library. Here we can see it says upgrade to version 1.22. We just click the play button and the device will now reset and actually come up with this bootload screen. It's very, very fast over the USB-C lead, and it's now programming the device. And that's the device programmed with the latest firmware. I just want to show you a couple of features of the new firmware. The receiver's all set up with the new firmware. Let's have a look at some of the bigger changes. Possibly the first new feature you'll notice is the display has changed. The fonts are very much bigger. It's very much more visible now. But you'll notice there's no frequencies being displayed, it's just the channel names. We can change that if we press the down button. There you go. There we can now see the frequencies we're tuned to. Press down again and we can see our group and channel numbers. Pressing down again returns us to that first display. Not only that, but pressing the up arrow on its own gives us all the data for just one channel. I'm pressing up again, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, and then back to our first screen. And of course the biggest reason for having this firmware is to enable the new ENS Compander. To select the new Compander, just press Menu, Setup, and let's change Receiver 3 to ENS, select, I'm there, Compander is currently ENR, select again, it flashes, and then just change it, flat, ENR, ENC, and of course ENS. Press select again to save, and that's channel 3, now on the ENS Compander. Notice you can have wide and narrow on ENS as well. So there it is, a freshly upgraded MCR54, ready to be put into action with a new MTP60. Thanks for watching and be proud of your sound.